Good morning, children. Today's lesson is from your economics textbook, chapter 2, People as a Resource. People as a resource. So we know people are a resource by themselves. They, with their knowledge, ability and desire, gives substances around them usefulness and value, converting them into resources. When investments are made in the form of education, training and medical care, population becomes human capital. Population becomes human capital. They are now more skilled, more efficient and becomes a storehouse of skill and productive knowledge. So, people as a resource refers to a country's working population in terms of their existing productive skills and abilities. Human resources is superior to all other resources like land, the physical capital, that is all the inputs you keep adding on at every stage of production. And the people, the humans, they use all these resources and adds value to the raw material or the resource. Investment in human capital through education and medical care can give high returns in the future. Country like Japan have invested. It is a highly developed country. This highly developed country, how did it become a highly developed country? So, Japan, they have invested a lot in human resources. They do not have rich natural resources, but still they fall into this category of countries. How did they fall? Or how did they become a highly developed nation? They import the needed natural resources because there is absence of enough quantities of natural resources. They invested on the health and education of their people and made them good enough to make use of the available resources with them like land, the capital, etc. So, the efficiency and the technology they developed with the education and health they had, they made their country rich and developed. So, in this way, a large population need not be an liability or a burden for the country and its economy, but an asset when it is converted into productive resource. The same is the case with children too. When they are made aware of proper nutrition and hygiene and also given good education, they too will yield high returns in future in the form of higher earnings and greater contribution to society. The next is the economic activities. So, these human beings or these people, they perform various activities with their capacity and abilities, the knowledge they have. So, the activities they perform can be either primary, secondary or tertiary activity. Primary, is the extraction of natural resources. Secondary is conversion of these into useful products. And lastly, it is the provision of services which will help in the rapid development of both the primary and the secondary sectors. So, those activities which are done for monetary gain, to get money or to satisfy one's own needs. One's own needs will add to your income, their income and the country's income. Such activities can be called as economic activities. An economic activity can either be a market activity or a non-market activity. So, those activities which are done for monetary gain can be called as market activities. That is the work for which you are paid salaries, wages, etc. The office work done, the administrative work done. The non-market activities are the ones which are done for our own consumption, for our own need, the work done at home by your mother, So that is for the need of the home she is working, not to earn something. So such kind of jobs are called as non-market activities. So they are unpaid activities. So they can also be considered as non-economic activities. So when we have all these classifications, then the work done by men and women can also be categorized. Men work outside the homes, women work within their homes. So the work done by men outside home is a paid job, whereas the women working at home, they do not get any wages or salary for that, and so they are unpaid jobs, non-economic activity, non-market activity. So work done by men adds to the income of the family and also to the income of the country. But the work done by women, even though they are doing something, they do not add anything money wise to the family or to the economic development of the country. So this is what is meant by or how people become a resource. So when they are educated good enough, when they are kept healthy well enough, naturally those people can work and think better. When they are trained in the proper way, they can think better and try to find out ways how to make the best use of the available resources and earn for themselves and also help in the economic growth of the country. So health and education are the two factors that makes people a better resource. By themselves they are a resource, but for them to become a better resource, they are to be educated, trained and kept healthy. Only then they will be able to use their abilities, understand their own capacities and make use of their potentials and work for the betterment of themselves, their family and at large their own country. Is it clear?